Hello, beautiful souls. You're listening to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancis. Did you know that you can listen to this show everywhere podcasts are found? It's true. Now, I have 3 free gifts just for you. First gift, I give away a new reading each week to a person who's left a 5-star positive review of this show, then submitted it to me using the contact form at theangelmedium.com/contact. I hope I'm calling your number next. Second gift, if you'd like a new daily angel message, join me on Insta at Angel Podcast. Third free gift. If you'd like to know the name of one of your guardian angels so that you can work with them even more closely, go to the homepage of my website, theangelmedium.com, and submit your contact info at the very top. I'll email you back personally with the name of one of your angels. Okay, as we begin the show, I want you to feel the presence of your angels surrounding you. And just know that the loving, positive messages you resonate with today are messages for you from your angels and loved ones on the other side. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancis. And friends, today we have Soodabeh on the show. Soodabeh is in the Angel Reiki School, and she's got the most beautiful angel stories. And so I'm excited to have her here today.
Thank you, Julie. I am so excited to connect with you, and we can just talk about angels and how I started working with angels. I realized it happened about almost 34 years ago when I was a nurse and I came home. My daughter, she was about 2.5 years old, and I had to hold her in my arms to soothe her to sleep. She was a little bit like needed that TLC after being in the daycare for hours. So I came home and I was holding her, and all of a sudden, as she fell asleep, I felt that there was a moment that I closed my eyes, and all of a sudden, I saw a dead body of a man. The only thing that I knew from then was he had a receding hairline. At that time, I was in Iran and waiting to join my husband of 10 years in America. He had to escape 3 years prior, and I was waiting to join him. The only thing that I knew that he had a receding hairline. So I thought, my initial thought was that my husband is dead and I don't know what to do. I had no idea because at that moment, my brother, who was about a year younger than I was, he wanted to help me, and I had 2 kids. My son was 4 years old. My daughter was 2.5 years old. And I had been waiting for my husband to get us the passport and, to bring us to America. And my brother said, why don't I go and get my passport and get you and the kids, and I can take you to Turkey, which was the only place or closest place that we had the American embassy. And I had no idea that he was traveling, because the day before I saw him and I was asking him, like, when are you going to get your passport? When are we going to go to Turkey? Because his wife was pregnant 7 months and we needed to do that so he can come back for his wife's, delivering the baby. And I didn't know that the vision was about my brothers dying. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon that I had that vision. He passed away in a car accident at 10 a.m. that day, and I had no idea. And I didn't know. I thought, okay, I'm not going to think about it. That was a dream. I just started, cooking dinner and all of that. And that night, because I was living with my mom with my kids, and telephone rang around like 10:30 at night, and I was in bed with, in my room. All of a sudden I heard that my mom was crying. And I opened the door and I'm like, what is going on? And she said, it is your cousin looking for where is your brother. And the moment that I heard that, I knew in my gut that it was my brother, and my brother passed away in a car accident. We figured that out.
Oh, when you say that, I feel like they're they only bring through loving, positive things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, my dad passed on August 5th, but I didn't find out until September 5th, and when I think back, there wasn't just the hairbrush story of me hearing him. There were other things where he had me looking at my stepsister's pictures on Facebook, and I actually felt this nudge to reach out to her, but I didn't know what she would say, and so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't. And I find that there are just so many times where not only does that person start coming through immediately from the other side, where you just feel their presence, they're in your own consciousness, talking to you through your intuition. But I find that the soul self knows that the passing is going to happen months before, even years before. And so sometimes when we feel this calling on our heart or this pressure on our heart to reach out to somebody estranged or to make something right or to say the thing that we need to say, it's because they from the other side know everything that's going to happen. We
Mm-hmm.
just simply have to follow in order to um, feel that peace that they want us to feel at that time.
Yes, and at that moment, when I realized that, because I had been waiting for my husband, the father of my two children, to tell me that, it is time for me to come to America to join him. And I didn't understand the vision. I thought, why God showed me something that I didn't have any control over it, because I was a nurse. I was taking care of other patients and ease their suffering. Why I couldn't do that? So I felt a lot of anger within me, but that made my brother's death, I believe, in a spiritual sense, that he sacrificed his life for me to be here, to be the messenger of God and angels and everything. But at the moment that, something happens like this and we have no control and we don't understand it, I didn't know. But that was the key, that my husband felt sorry for me and decided to arrange for me to go to Turkey to stay with his friend and come back here. And I came here and realized that he didn't want me. So here I was.
Wow. Well, and you have to tell everybody a little bit more because I know this story, but they don't know. Um, and I totally know what you mean too about, and I think this is important for people to understand. When you say like your brother made a sacrifice, I say it like my dad knew, I believe, that he could do more from the other side for all of us here. And I
Mhm.
think his soul self needed that omnipresence from the other side to be able to help all of the kids be on their path. But there's also this energy of our loved ones on the other side constantly working as a bridge. Like they're wanting to, I couldn't be the messenger that I am without my dad. And you couldn't be the messenger that you are without your brother. So if my dad wasn't on the other side, I'd be one half of a whole that's missing, right? With missing pieces. And I couldn't be the whole messenger. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing that I am trying to say, because this is where anything every little step that I take, everything that I do, it is part of his journey. And that's what I wanted to honor him with. Everything that I do, I always talk about, like, this is not just my journey, because when we think that this is something I have to do, and we can easily quit and give up because it gets hard. But for knowing that because of his accident, I am here, I got here, and realized that a few years after that, when I decided to even end my life, and I survived the war for 8 years working as a nurse in Iran. I survived being tortured and beaten into a coma when I was 19 years and when I was in Iran. And all of that, I came here to do something to ease the suffering in the world, to be the messenger of hope and healing. And everything that I do, it is because I lost my father when I was 13 years old, and he is my angel, my brother, my father's father who died. So I feel like, and I get goosebumps every time I think about it, because the world that I grew up in, that women are not that important. And even in America, we see that women don't have as much power, or we may think that way, as men. I mean, there are 3 men that passed away and gave me the baton to be the light worker. And that is where I have to just speak and share their stories as well, because they got me here. And when I tried to make sense of everything, because here I didn't have any family, I didn't have any friends, I didn't have any money, and I couldn't speak the language. And I failed at everything. And I realized that what is the reason? What was the reason behind, God saving my life over and over and over again? Because at that moment, like, I try everything and he's not letting me to check out. And what am I going to do with that? And because of that, I started to working with a teacher, and I said, I just want to feel free. I just want to feel this pain to stop. I am lost. I'm confused. I know there was a reason that I saw that vision of my brother, but I don't understand why. So help me to understand. And that was that in one of the days that I was working with her, and she said, close your eyes. And she took me into a guided meditation. And the day that I tried everything prior to that day, and I read a lot of books, and I didn't know how to hear the name of my angel. So she said, just imagine that you are in a room and there is only one blackboard, and you're going to ask your angel, what is her name, to reveal herself to you. And all of a sudden, it closed my eyes in that meditation. I saw a picture, and I get goosebumps every time. And right now, I saw that a picture of a red rose, and the word rose in English, and the word rose in Persian, my language that I used to speak. And I realized that that is my guardian angel. Her name is Rose, and that's how she revealed herself to me.
Ready for a little getaway that completely resets your energy? We're hosting a live in-person spiritual retreat called A Whole New You. It's the weekend of October 4th in Oak Brook, Illinois. This spiritual retreat is all about your own personal healing and growth, reconnecting with yourself, learning to connect with your angels. And I'm going to talk about all new angels that I've never talked about anywhere before. And you're going to leave with more personal peace, purpose, clarity, and confidence than ever before. Learn more and see the itinerary at theangelmedium.com/retreat. That's theangelmedium.com/retreat. Links are in the show notes. And friend, I cannot wait to meet you and hug you in person.
And then my teacher said, ask her how long she has been with you. And she showed me, it felt like I was watching a movie. And through that movie, she showed me an incident that I knew the dress that I was wearing, a white dress with balloon blue and red on it, and that dress that my aunt made it for me. But I was feeling really lost and alone that day. I think I was like 4 and 5 years old. And Rose was trying to comfort me because the way that I felt, there was some kind of argument in the house and everything. That shocked me and said, I don't want to see anything, because I felt that I couldn't comprehend and fathom what was going on. But that was the beginning of my journey to understand. And then my teacher said, Soodabeh, your angels are saying that you are a healer. I'm like, what? I am here to ask for healing. How am I going to heal other people? She said, no, you are a spiritual healer. I said, so what do I know? How do I know? What am I supposed to be doing? She said, God will show you when you are ready, so you can understand it. So I was working as a nurse, night shift here in America by then. And then I was working on a cardiology floor. Every patient was hooked to a monitor, so we can monitor their blood pressure, their heart rate, and make sure that they are okay and they were breathing. And I was being intentionally by angels had to take care of the patients that they were somehow in agony, and they were in excruciating pain. Nothing was helping them. And I would go in the room to do my initial assessment, check their blood pressure and everything. And all of a sudden, I would feel that the temperature of the room would cool down. And I could feel, even though that I couldn't see with my eyes open, that I could feel the presence of angels, that it was calming and it was peaceful, but it wasn't scary to me. And then I would feel that intuitive guidance to put my hands on their chest and to say, you are okay, you are safe. And I would just like channel literally and say, your angels are here, you are safe, I am here, I'm giving you energy healing. And I would do these prayers like, please God, let me be the clear channel to receive your healing light and whatever that you think this patient needs. And one of my favorite stories is that I call him Andrew for the purpose of not saying the exact word. And I felt like as I was doing that, because he was in excruciating pain and his breathing was affected, and all of a sudden I felt like his spirit was literally coming out of his body. And he was trying to move his lips because he wanted to tell me something, but he couldn't because he wasn't coherent and conscious enough. And I just said, okay, Andrew, I don't know if this is what you are going to choose, but if you are ready to transition, your angels are here. They are going to help you to transition to the other side. If you're not ready, I just want you to just calm down and be peaceful. And I realized that it felt like he was going to sleep. His breathing calmed down. He wasn't in pain anymore. He wasn't moaning or grimacing anymore. I stayed with him for a while, and before I left the room. And then my coworker, like, what is going on? Because they could see the things, this kind of something was happening. Every time I go to a room, the patient, they became calm. And then I started, because I had no idea what I was doing literally at that time, didn't understand it. I said, well, I am trying to practice the energy healing that I'm learning. And this is what I am doing and helping our patient. And those patients that they were ready to transition, the next night that I would come, I would hear that they passed away the morning of, with in peace and with dignity. That's how I started it.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I love how you talk to the soul and just tell them, hey, if you're ready to go, it's great. If you're not, that's okay too.
Yes, yes, and that is the way that, when I was working with my teacher, and you understand it, and that's how you teach as well. It's just we all communicate with angels, or feel our angels, or see everybody is different. So that was my first journey of learning about how to use the God-given gift that we all have, and then use it. And then I understood that the reason that God saved me literally every time near death situation, for me to learn about working with angels and help other people to know that they are not alone. We are not alone in this life. We have these guardian angels that they are, the moment that we are born, they are with us, and they transition us to the other side.
Amazing. Amazing.
What I learned about the Angel Reiki School, it just gave me that yearning, that desire that I had put for away for a few years, because I experienced some trauma and challenges the past few years. And I wanted, when I decided to work with you, Julie, it was because I wanted to get back to the rhythm and learn more and experience more. And working with you and learning from the Angel Reiki School, it was like, okay, I am gonna work with people. And I learned actually more than I had already knew. And that took me to a different stage of my life, and also getting me closer to my life purpose, because as a result of it, it feels like the doors of opportunity have been opening up. I have been working on being on many podcasts and sharing the stories, and also I just had my first on the stage speaking event that just like a couple of days ago, last week, and all of that. There are always changes when we learn more and we practice that, because you say the way that you teach, it's you give us all the tools that we need, but we also have to take that first step, even though sometimes like, okay, I don't know what is going to come out of my mouth, but I could feel like I was giving these messages from the other side, working with the volunteers and working with my clients. Since I have been working with you, it's just literally, some of them are like, wow, I don't know how I knew this. But when we trust ourselves and we get that knowledge that you have been, teaching us, then the doors open up and we can embrace it and move forward and help with the healing of the world as well. So I am grateful for you.
Oh, I'm so grateful for you too. Thank you. And I'm so celebrating you and your accomplishments and your speaking all around. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And I love how spirit walks us step by step with visions. And you saw yourself speaking on stage and you really brought it to you and magnetized it to you. And I'm just so excited to see where you take all of this, Soodabeh. I know one of the other things that you and I have talked a lot about over the last year, and I hope that we can share this with everybody else because I think it's going to help people in their lives. Because not everybody has the same spiritual education of we've been talking about when healers fall off from their own spiritual practice. And you and I have both had experiences where you meditate regularly for years and then life gets busy and you stop meditating for a while. I had that in 2023. And as soon as you come back around to it, you see this completely different shift. Can you talk about your experience with this so that everybody can understand for their own lives?
Yes, when I started some a lot of things that is going on in the world with the war that is going in the world and everything that happened in Iran with the thing that I experienced, it felt like it took me to a really dark place that I didn't know what was my purpose. And after, prior to that, I was really excited about, my books and a speaking event. And all of a sudden, watching and listening to the negative broadcasts of what is going in the world took me to a really negative place. And then all of a sudden, something else shook me, and that told me that I cannot stay small. I cannot just go to these wake up and with meaningless thing and wake up, and I had to do something about it. Because when we just go, the way that angels show me that there is not only one path, we can detour like a GPS. I remember
Yeah.
my GPS one day say recalculating, and I was going and then the message came to me that day. The angels are like, oh my God, I missed my turn. And I heard a message from my angels. They said, this is how you miss when we talk. You missed what you physically could hear, that turn left, turn left, turn left, and
Yeah.
you missed it. So when we decide to not to do anything about it and stay in that negativity that we feel the victims of our circumstances, and then our angels come, and because we have a gift of free will, they cannot just drag us, but somehow they put us in a place that we have to realize that I need to get back on my track. So we can detour, but they are going to get us back on track. And that was the reason I decided that I need to work with you, and that now my life is going to a better place I had dreamed of, but I could never thought it was possible. And this is where I am. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, and I'm going to use this opportunity to just say one thing because a lot of people have this misconception that the Angel Reiki School is all about Reiki, and it's not. I wish I would have named it something else because it's really where you get certified in mediumship, angel messages, and energy healing all at once,
Mhm.
so that you have the ability to do all of them. But we're really, really focusing in on creating you as the messenger and bringing out those gifts within you. Because what I see from the angels is that when you just do energy healing alone, you're not working with the energies of the mind, which are actually the root and the origin of the vibrations that you're feeling within the body. But when you bring through the messages, they work with that origin within the mind. And then it changes more in totality and wholeness the frequencies within the entire body. So if anybody's thinking about the Angel Reiki School, go over to theangelmedium.com and check out the Get Certified page because we'd love to have you, the Angel Reiki School. Soodabeh, you have angel books that you've written, and tell everybody where they can find those and where they can find you.
Yes, thank you so much. My first book that I wrote is called Angel Nightingale, because I'm a nurse, and Florence Nightingale is the pioneer of nursing, and angels are, my journey of healing with angels. And also that book has a lot of great stories of my patients and how angels helped me, and they transitioned, or they became, whole, and they moved on. And the second book was the book that I had a dream one night, 4 years after I published my first book. An angel came and say, Soodabeh, you need to write your second book. And I'm like, really? And then said, what am I going to write about? She said, write about love. And I am single. I'm like, I don't know anything about love. She said, I'm not talking about the romantic love, baby. Talk about love. Talk about love. Write about love. And then I woke up and I decided that to write my second book, Emerging You. Both books are on Amazon that they can find. And also my website is soodabehmokry.com. Everything is on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever is my name. So they can find me. And both books actually, because English is my second language, they both are channeled by angels. So many of them, they are not even my words, the word of angels.
I love it. And I love you, Soodabeh, and I love your work. And you are just such a radiant, glowing energy. And you just feel oneness when you're around you. So thank you so much. It's been wonderful to get to work with you in the Angel Reiki School. And I'm so excited to be your peer and to continue to be connected and watch you grow.
Thank you so much, Julie, for this opportunity.
Yeah, of course. Friends, if you have an angel story that you want to share, go on over to theangelmedium.com. We would love, love, love to have you on the show. You can go to the contact form and submit your angel story there. Love you, friends. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Friends, I need your help reaching as many people as possible. If you'd like to support this podcast and help us spread more hope to the world, please book a session with me, join my angel membership, or take my Angel Reiki School. What's the difference? If you'd like to know what messages your angels and loved ones have for you, you'll want to book a session with me. The angel membership is all about your own personal spiritual healing. The membership takes you on a spiritual journey that teaches you how to create your own heaven on earth. And the Angel Reiki School is for those who want to get certified in mediumship, angel messages, and energy healing all at once. These are 3 ways you can help us share a message of hope and love with more people than ever before. Register for one or all 3 at theangelmedium.com. That's theangelmedium.com. Now, let's pray together. As we do, I want you to pray in a way where you feel as though everything you want for yourself and the world has already come true, and you're giving thanks. Why? Because this is the best way to manifest. So let's begin. God, universe, source, thank you. We're so grateful that you've blessed this world with calm and peace for all. This calm and peace has spread like ripples, soothing the hearts of every soul. Thank you for opening our hearts to abundance, allowing each of us to live our most authentic life, and helping us to create our own heaven on earth. We thank you for the love and deep heart-to-heart connection that surrounds us every day in our relationships. We thank you for the abundance of health and aliveness we feel radiating from every cell in our and our families' bodies. Thank you for the gift of walking this life with us and guiding us every step of the way through your messages. We hear you through our own intuition, and we feel you walking right by our sides, and we overflow with gratitude. Thank you for financial abundance, an abundance of opportunities, miracles, blessings, and prosperity in every way. We know that you want us to succeed so that we can show others how you want them to succeed too. Thank you for the boundless love, kindness, empathy, and compassion that binds us all together. Thank you for the laughter, fun, moments of pure delight that fill us every day, especially today. God, Universe Source, thank you for blessing us beyond measure and allowing us to use our souls, gifts, talents, skills, and abilities to serve the world. We love you. I love you. And in this we pray. Amen. Friends, we're working on some pretty major things over here. And if you wouldn't mind saying a little prayer that these things come to fruition if they're God's will, we'd so appreciate it. And please add a little prayer in for any specific thing you need right now, too. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And don't forget to submit your contact info at theangelmedium.com if you'd like me to channel the name of one of your angels for you. Sending you peace, bliss, and many blessings.